time now to find out who's going to be moving through first place into the round of 16 here in this group. However, it's not really the story we were expecting.
Not at all. This wasn't really the winners match that we were expecting to see here. LiveZerg has toppled MMA, if you're just now joining us, and finds himself in the winners match versus ForGG. MMA and Daishi. Lower bracket. Terrence.
What's up, Terrence? What's up? All right, so as we get into this now, LiveZerg showed us that he's able to stand with these Terrans, able to stand up with MMA. Can he do the same here, though, against a player like ForGG?
Well, if he can beat MMA, he can beat ForGG. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Definitely capable of really messing this group up. At the start of the show, we did see LiveZerg say that he was going to continue the trend of Terran tiers. And, well, he definitely can do that right now.
All right, well, let's get into it. First map is Frost between these two guys. Series 3, the winner advances onto the round of 16 as we have spawning up to the top right-hand corner as our blue Zerg representing Vega Squadron. It is LiveZerg. And up to the top left, our red Terran representing Millennium. It's ForGG.
Something that definitely goes in LiveZerg's favor. A couple of things, actually. First of all, only practicing against Terran. Second, ForGG has Kryptonite versus different European Zergs. Stefano, TLO, Snoot. The list goes on. He loses quite a few here and there.
Yep.
Is LiveZerg going to be another one to that list?
And don't remind me of what happened against Stefano, man. That was heart palpitations all over the place.
Yes, it was. So ForGG definitely had his weakness against Zerg throughout his career here in the WCS.
It's funny because I say don't remind me of it. It's like a year ago now.
Yeah.
A year and a bit, and it still seems so fresh in my memory.
Moment you'll never forget.
Oh, indeed. And it solidifies these two, well, ForGG and Stefano in my mind for a long, long time.
All right, 12 barracks, 12 gas. I think ForGG's not going to take any risks. LiveZerg is dangerous. He can defend against Proxy 2 barracks. Not against MMA, but he can overall.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen that LiveZerg can defend against crazy things like that gold habitation game. I think he's going to play this the way that MMA, to be honest, should have played his series. Straight up, you're the better player, no need for fancy stuff, just kill this guy.
Yeah.
And that's the way that I would expect ForGG to do.
And if LiveZerg, in this series, if LiveZerg advances in first place here in Group G, something that we have been discussing a lot and something that we have seen unfold so far in the round of 32 is Europe holding for quite a bit of it. Europe has held quite a bit. If LiveZerg was to do this, we didn't even think about the idea that LiveZerg could propel himself through into this position.
Yeah.
So this is monumental if LiveZerg can make this work.
All right, guys, let's all be honest. We all expected MMA ForGG to play the winners and go through together.
But that doesn't necessarily need to be the case.
Yeah.
As you mentioned.
That's very true. Very, very true. I'm glad you said it. All right. Well, Reaper on the way.
You should have seen the brackets in rehearsals.
Oh, you should have.
Welcome to the outside world of an inside joke. Ah!
Ta-da! If you'd have done that in the live cast, that would have been fantastic. That would have been amazing. Anyway, all right. So Reaper's on the way. Second one going to follow this up. A few lings, 6 lings, in fact, to try and fend this off. No gas around.
He could send 2 to the other side of the map to harass.
Yeah, could.
Or he's just going to keep with 6. So
All right.
6 is the much safer version. Definitely not losing the drone here.
Ooh.
Could get us around if you're lucky. You shouldn't be
Yeah.
losing this Reaper at all.
He was getting relatively ambitious with that Reaper as well, looping around for the second kill. Sorry, at least the first kill on that Zerg lane.
But ForGG did scout that this was no gas.
Yes.
So we should be seeing a similar opening and progression from LiveZerg, like we did against MMA in the first game here. And he's found a nice way to jump in here, and he gets 2 link kills.
Yeah.
Or 3.
But
2.
it's up to 4 now, actually,
Wow, 4.
with the initial one dying.
Beautiful. ForGG, even against 6 lings.
And the 4 lings in production are the ones that he has to replenish, which normally doesn't happen.
So we've talked about a couple of things that LiveZerg has on his, in his favor coming into this. One thing that ForGG has, he, if was smart, was probably watching LiveZerg play versus MMA just in case.
Oh, yeah.
So he saw the potential of a Roach attack. And it is something ForGG has lost to in the past, but I'm sure that's going to be in the back of his mind. He has opened up, by the way, with double gas, and he is going over to Banshees by the look of it here. And Lings were rebuilt to hold off the Reapers again.
But those Lings being built, it's a win, right? I mean, that's normally not what happens. The 4 units lost, it's 4 Lings. Those had to be replenished. He holds off against that, but that's a few drones that aren't there.
Well, there's the Roach Warren. So I'm expecting a couple of safety Roaches, just they deal better with Hellion play overall.
Yeah.
And sometimes technically can be more cost effective than trading off 1,000 Lings to stop the Hellions. And a handful of Roaches can do the same thing without spending as much money. Some Zerg players do like that other option. But a second gas has been spotted by LiveZerg. And now he's going to see the starport too. So the lair should be on its way so that he can start to get ready for detection.
Yeah.
And start to think about defending a potential third, maybe it spores down or something along the lines. But I'm interested to see. If he's playing against Hellion Banshee, can he defend with Roach Queen? And then does he start to think about, you know, a Roach speed +1 attack and +1 carapace attack?
Yeah. And if he scouts out fully, I mean, like, he hasn't seen the barracks just yet. I mean, it's in the wall, so there is a good opportunity here for ForGG to go into mech play.
I would love to see ForGG play mech here.
I think he's gonna. I mean, there's the building blocks to do it, at least.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Where are you guys going?
Ambitious, run away.
Whoa.
Wall.
Yeah, I didn't think he was hoping there wasn't a wall and there wasn't a queen in the way.
Yeah.
Third is down and the double gas is taken. We're going to see mech.
Yeah.
He's taking the double gases now. He's going to play mech.
All right.
Well, armory and engineering bay.
Ooh.
Interested to see if he's just getting the armory in case of Mutalisk really fast. Remember, there are a couple of builds, especially considering he didn't see a third base till now. So I'm having a feeling it's just for engineering bay, for turret, sorry. Ooh, he's targeting him third.
He could have got that if he'd have danced around maybe a little bit, but decides to pull on out of there.
Oh, the Banshee's dead.
Oh, okay, that's a big loss.
And it's 1-1 Roach units.
He could actually die. Well, actually, no. I mean, there's the siege tank's on the way, so that's going to be good for holding off a Roach push if it's to come.
Yeah.
We'll see how it's going to work out.
So the engineering bay was probably just for turrets in case this was a spire play already. And he's already building a Viking, which with just one can clear overlords. Anything more than that is definitely expecting to play against Mutalisks. But tanks are the key. He's survived with 4 Hellions. Remember the new change? He can turn them into Hellbats, so they're going to be nice in defense as well. An Overseer goes in and has a look around, sees a defensive setup for Mutalisks, and a Thor on the way. Thor's not good against mass roaches if that's the case. The drone count's not very high. The Hydralisk den's been added on. We're going to see a Roach Hydra play, obviously, here, coming into 4GG's third base, wherever it is.
And again, you know, LiveZerg up to 54 workers, could try and push forwards.
This is the new style of Terran that we're seeing. I'm happy to see this. This is good. I really like this style. He's not going to add the barracks until the thirds is done, but when he does, it's going to be like 6 barracks come down. So it's going to be like 3 factory mech into everything else bio, usually at this point. It's a good mix.
Wasn't this fantasy kind of style?
I think Fantasy was one of the first to do it in Korea. Yeah.
All right, well,
and then like Flash has done it. There's a lot of Terrans that have been doing it recently.
Yeah. Cleaning up his third as well is a nice, he caught that pretty quick, so it's not going to delay too long. Infestation Pit gets thrown down here for LiveZerg, and these Roaches greet these Hellions really, really well. LiveZerg is on top of things today. I'm really impressed by him.
I'm super interested to see how 4GG is going to play this.
Yeah.
Because if you think about the reason why you add bio units into this kind of composition is because the weakness of mech is its immobility, and also that Swarmos and Mutas are pain to deal with. But now he's going to be able to deal with that. But we don't see Swarmos yet. So it's just Roach Hydra, which I think is really, really good for 4GG.
Yeah, the Banshee here is going to try and push away from this third, so he wants to get that up and running. And there is the Hive very, very fast here for LiveZerg to try and get up to, I would assume, like just Vipers for Blinding Clouds, etc.
So it's going to be Roach Hydra only versus tanks and Hellbats and Thors, and if the bio gets up in time, a lot of Marines.
Yeah. Which
are going to just shred everything. So...
And it blindsides you, right? Like, it really does blindside you. I mean, LiveZerg is preparing for a composition that...
he doesn't quite know about that's coming yet. He thinks it's just mech, which I do like. Just, you know, Roach, Hydra, and Vipers. You land the right Blinding Clouds, come smashing in with everything else. But I think he's going to be surprised by the amount of Marines he starts to see.
All right, well, Changeling poke forward saw nothing but Thors, Hellbats, and tanks.
He definitely doesn't know about this yet.
Yeah.
And the engineering bay, as mentioned, looked like it was probably for turrets at the start. But +1 attack is done. We've seen 2-2 start in a couple of seconds here. And still, LiveZerg, without information properly of what's going on. He's looking for it. But right now, he's on just full speed of building up this Roach, Hydra, and Viper army.
Yep. Not really looking to scout either against exactly what's going to be coming. This Viking.
This is a lot of Marauders in the mix, which is really good. I think this is so well played from ForGG.
Yeah, with all the tech labs on these barracks, just pumping those out and getting
he's going to smash this army of LiveZerg if he gets up to a decent count soon.
It's going to be scary. At least LiveZerg, though, has got a few roaches on the left-hand side poised to actually go for a counterattack if he sees his opponent moving through the middle.
Yeah.
But that can only buy you so much time here against this army that's going to be very efficient from ForGG.
ForGG's put supply depots in the front. He scanned, he saw the Hive. He's seen the Vipers. He knows there's Roach Hydras around.
Yeah.
He knows what's coming his way. But I'm really scared for LiveZerg of how well this attack can do.
Wow. This Banshee has actually done really well for itself. 14 kills, which I have missed, so I do apologize for that. But aside from that, you know, ForGG he's just sat back at home. He doesn't really care too much what his opponent's up to.
If you think about the good old Roach Hydra attacks, which we've stopped with just good tank placements, it's going to be very hard to get these Vipers to land the right Blinding Clouds against a siege tank line that goes quite deep. And then all these bio units as well.
Yeah.
Hellbat drop going to take off. Unfortunately going to run into the army, which was unexpected. He thought the attack would come through the middle. Yeah,
it's a bit sad for him. The Hydra's... Oh, he actually does redirect himself there. Yeah. He may not have spotted that.
No, he hasn't. Just now he has.
Okay, so yeah, it goes onto the creep strays on there. One Hellbat, unfortunately for itself, has to run away.
There's not even that many drones on this fourth. He's like, oh, all
right,
good stuff.
Yeah.
Swarmhost is the follow-up here. But I think he may die before he gets sufficient enough Swarmhost out if LiveZerg attacks into this, because then, of course, it will open up a counter for ForGG, especially with 2-2 upgrades about to complete here. Not the traditional 2-2, it's the aggressive 2-2.
LiveZerg has to somehow kind of draw this out a whole lot longer unless he gets a fantastic engagement, but
he's trying to look with the Changelings to see... Oh, he's like seeing Marauders now, so I would already be starting to panic a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he's actually going to go. Whoa, okay, so a few of those siege tanks are actually on siege showing all of this. Good Blinding Clouds catch a few of them. Also on the bottom, though, there is a little bit of this bio trying to swing around here. The Roaches and Hydras on the high ground aren't doing too badly against this.
Blinding Clouds don't last forever.
Yeah, they do not. And those Thors at the back, along with those Marauders on the right flank, are really chewing up this army.
Yeah, I mean, that was an okay defense, but supplies starting to even out a little bit. But there's a lot more Hydras and Roaches. Oh, he's got the... I didn't notice he got the third.
Yeah, the Roaches came in.
SCVs.
The Roaches came in, did quite a bit of damage.
That was nice. Mules should be able to land back down, and he'll be able to solidify this position again. Definitely, more, he hit more than I thought he would with that attack.
Yeah, it was a good attack from LiveZerg, everything considered.
Yeah, and he has 3-3 on the way, remember? And that is something that ForGG does not. And I don't think ForGG is expecting a remax of the same either, which has gone unscouted. So right now, LiveZerg, especially if 3-3 completes, holds a very dangerous army, but he's without Vipers currently, which means no Blinding Clouds on these tanks.
Yeah. There's two more going to be popping in just a second here. It's only Hydralisks really in the army. Very, very squishy. Needs something to tank for them.
Yeah. Roaches and Vipers are on the way.
ForGG's moving into kill position, but LiveZerg's maxing out very soon. 18 Roaches in production. If they all pop, get to the right position, they could try and kind of surround.
ForGG aiming for that fourth up there with 3 Marauders.
And they do kill buildings fast.
And he's also got position on the third where it can't be mined properly.
Yeah, it's a nice little poke in here from ForGG. Although there's a lot of ground now swelling up here for LiveZerg.
He's at 200 supply. He's waiting for his Vipers. Then he's going to land the Blinding Clouds on the tanks. He can see where they all are because they're on creep.
Yeah, he's going to try and poke forwards here already. The Thor does a little bit of damage to one of them, but Blinding Clouds land on 3 of the siege tanks at least. Fourth also landed on top of. Roaches and Hydralisks coming in from a good concave. Push this back. LiveZerg is doing really, really well. Going to chase this all the way back.
ForGG's in trouble.
Wow. LiveZerg.
Yeah, the correct Blinding Clouds. That was perfect. 5-6 tanks just nullified there. And LiveZerg's pushing for the win. He's pushing for... You know, a map lead here against ForGG. He's already beaten MMA, and he's looking to beat ForGG.
Yeah, Roach Hydra Zerg absolutely stomping through
3-3
this.
upgrades, absolutely killing it.
Wow, GG. You know, LiveZerg, he is here and he is in charge. He is saying no to these Terrans. That was impressive.
LiveZerg is messing up the group. He's messing up the group for the 3 Terrans because they were all like, justice will be served today. Terrans shall advance. No, not if you can't beat the one Zerg player who's in your way.
If you predicted LiveZerg to currently be in this position, please tweet at us, hashtag WCS. I know that's probably kind of counterintuitive to the normal, like, yeah, we want you to tweet at us. And there's probably not that many of you guys out there that have predicted that. So, crazy situation right now. LiveZerg is one position away from moving through in first place in this group. And if he does, Harston was a pretty big upset, but this right here is probably an even bigger one.
This is a big upset to the entire of the round of 32. It's correct. LiveZerg, different builds each game, different strategies and attempts each game. If he can continue up like this and he still has builds left to go, then, you know, ForGG, as mentioned, does lose against European Zergs often. And he could have another one right here. This is nuts. LiveZerg's messing things up for the Terrans.
He has truly broken this group. It is kaput, as the Germans would put it, as we now have Overgrowth for map number 2. And LiveZerg could happily do this. He could do this. This is a thing. This is reality, guys.
He's asking for 1 minute, which of course is fine.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he's like, all right. Well, he probably does this. He probably goes, okay, let me just... right,
Straylock style.
Let me... aha! Page 17. Perfect. And that's probably what he's about to do to 4GG.
Yeah.
This can be really good. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. Map is going to be Overgrowth. It's a pretty good map if we're going to see the same again. Trying to think what's going through 4GG's mind right now. I'm just like, oh.
I mean, both 4GG and MMA probably came into this group. It's like, LiveZerg, all right. Yeah. But that's not the case. LiveZerg.
And all I'm seeing right now of LiveZerg is the picture that I posted on Twitter earlier today of his red eyes. That's all I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at the start of the show today as well, when we had LiveZerg and MMA up against looking at both their faces, LiveZerg kind of looks like a scary guy. A Russian Zerg who looks scary, and even worse with red eyes, as I was mentioning on the Twitter. And that's all I'm seeing right now. This guy's in killer mode, laser beams coming out of his eyes everywhere.
Yep. He's here for Terran blood, man. He's here for Terran blood.
And he's getting it. He is getting it.
He's getting a lot of it. All right. Well, game number 2 now is loaded up and good to go as we have Overgrowth to find out if LiveZerg can pull the massive upset that we somehow seem to have constantly here in WCS Europe. Let's get right on into it as we have spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner, 1 game away from moving through to the round of 16. Representing Vega Squadron, it's LiveZerg. And up to the top right-hand corner, he needs to pull it out of the hat, man. Representing Millennium, it's 4GG.
Don't worry. Page 17, about to be used on 4GG. He has no idea what page 17 is. It's like nobody knows really what Area 51 is, but nobody knows what LiveZerg's page 17 is.
We'll find out soon, Sean. It's going to be executed.
It is going to be executed to perfection.
You watch Star Wars?
Even if there's a mistake from LiveZerg's build, to the naked eye, it is not a mistake. Page 17.
Have you watched Star Wars? The most recent ones, where all the clones get told to execute something, code something or other.
Yes.
This is what's happened. LiveZerg is now programmed to
destroy.
page 17, and it's going to happen.
You watch.
All right, I'm ready for
ForGG's
it.
in trouble. He's going command center first.
Oh.
Even I don't know what page 17 consists of, so I cannot tell you if this is a good or bad thing for 4GG to go command center first.
We'll find out, Sean. We'll find out together. It's going to be fantastic. Just you wait. All right, hatchery first. Well, that's not that exciting, but soon.
Don't worry.
Soon.
So far, it's all going to plan. I just know there is no mistakes on this.
Great.
All right, 4GG needs to find a way to beat the Russian twice. Otherwise, he's going through in first place, and Terran tiers continue. Only one player so far, one Terran player has advanced. Yoda, of all people. We've seen 6 others eliminated.
Yeah, Yoda.
6. Not 2 or 3 eliminated, 6. The Muslim's gone, Bunny's gone, Jachi's gone, Euthermal's gone, MVP is gone.
I mean,
Happy's gone.
Group C and D were truly sad times for Terrans. 2 gone in both of those groups. And, you know,
Yeah.
we could see only 1 advance from today. There was the opportunity, a great opportunity for 2 to advance today. But now LiveZerg has decided, no, actually, no.
Yeah, I think 4GG, and I've watched his stream a lot. This guy streams all the time, apart from the last week or so when he stopped because of the WCS and practicing. Every time I've seen him play Zerg, he actually says GG before the game is over. He calls it, he doesn't type it, he calls it. He goes, ha, GG. And he's like, sweet little 4GG voice. Ha, GG. And there's many times where it doesn't end there. And he's like, oh, oh. And if you watch 4GG stream, you'll relate to that. It is a funny thing. But he says it when he gets position on you. When he gets position on your 3rd or 4th with his mines, with his spread marines, he says GG and he knows it's over. He knows it's over. And usually it is. And I'm expecting him to go back to the basics. I wouldn't be expecting nothing too funky. I wouldn't be expecting the +1 attack and the mech +1 attack and the bio, just back to basics.
4 Queen opener here from LiveZerg. No gas is taken just yet. Page 17 will come to fruition in just a bit. Let's go, LiveZerg. You know, at this point, I'm rooting for LiveZerg, man. After seeing exactly what's unfolded, after him being in this position, he defeated MMA for Christ's sake, and now he's on the verge of defeating 4GG.
Yeah, and he's opened up with a nice build too. Obviously, page 17. 3 hatcheries, so it's very nice economically opening. And also no gas yet. 10 extra drones.
Whoa.
Relying very heavily on Queen defense for the time being.
Kaboom.
Taking his gas much later on, so an extra big wave of drones. So a really good economic opening for him. 4GG is going Hellion Banshee. We've seen this in the WCS already. This can be strong on the 3rd base of a Zerg, who is unable to spread creep there for a long time. But we are seeing 2 tumors already headed to the right. And I'd expect them to continue that way to really get the creep spread over there. There's the Roach Warren all down already.
Yep. And off the back of this, I mean, how strongly he's powered up his economy from this point on. We could see, you know, big floods. We'll see, and we'll see in a bit.
So far, 4GG's build look like it's just pure mech. He could obviously add in the engineering bit and try what we saw before again. It's not calling that a complete loss. But he also just spotted the Roach Warren and Evolution Chambers, so he knows that this most likely, with the absence that he doesn't really know, but we do, the absence of circling speed is going to be the same style again from LiveZerg. What we didn't know is that on the last map, he already used the build from page 17.
That would be the ultimate plot twist. That would be fantastic. We have to ask him at the end. I assume he'll have no clue what we're talking about, but...
He knows. Don't you worry.
Oh, okay, he knows.
So the drone count's awesome. 50 drones already. The upgrade's about to kick in. A little bit off with his gas timings here. As you can see, can't afford +1 carapace at the same time as 3 roaches and +1 attack. So a little bit mistimed, but it's all a part of the build. Don't worry. And now comes the Banshee, who's going to stop the creep spread. Nice grab. 2 tumors dead.
That's good.
Really
That's
good grab. And now the Hellions are on the right-hand side. And this is where we need to see some damage dealt by 4GG.
Well, trying to poke in with that Spore Crawler, finishing up. That's not the best angle. So we're going to have to try and find another one. Cloak's already finished. +1 weapons is on the way for Roaches. And from here on out, it might be nothing but Roaches. He needs to save that 3rd, though.
He needs an Overseer, too.
Yes, he does. And it's more for him, but still needs to save the 3rd. It's taking a lot of damage, Sean.
He should be able to go in there to push this back shortly. Needs that Overseer.
Yeah.
It's taking a lot of damage. Half health.
We see it goes half health quite a few times during these games. Can he save it? Good transfuse on that Roach to keep it alive. Pushes those back. Half health hatchery.
And there's still Hellions and still Banshees being made in double armory. No nonsense style coming out from 4GG. And remember that at any time once the armories are complete, these Hellbats can transform, whether he uses that or not. I'm not sure. Probably not against Roaches. But he's once identified again that Roaches are being built in mass. The Carapace upgrade is a missing upgrade, and it is a mistake. And it is a mistake here from LiveZerg, but Banshees pick off the Banshee, pick off the Queen with low or high energy.
Good block at the front as well, though, with the Roaches.
Drones on the 3rds.
Run away. Okay, so I think, you know, getting if he lost 5 drones, but killing off, okay, 7 drones. Wait, 8 drones. That was quite a few Hellions, but that was still all right there for ForGG.
Yeah, that's okay. Hellions are disposable.
Yeah.
He lost 1 Banshee, which is nice to keep, and he is continuing to build Banshees, notice. He might switch up now, but with building Banshees, it is very good against you know, these kind of roach pushes and roach attacks, unless there's a lot of Hydras or something. But it's the Infestation Pit. Infestation Pit, fast. Fast Hive?
Could be. What's he going to do?
Could go Swarm Hosts. Could go Swarm. Okay, if the Hydra Den comes down, then it is going to be Fast Hive.
All right.
For a faster attack, which ForGG would not be expecting, because he does not know about that yet.
And again, with the way Hydralisks actually attack now, they do a whole lot of damage. So LiveZerg has clearly been kind of chasing this style and using this style very, very often
these
in his
Banshees
games.
are going to push the roaches off, and that should allow ForGG to mine from this third.
Yeah.
And 4 Hellions darting towards the third here, and it is kind of exposed.
Find themselves a 4th and see that, and it's like, oh, okay, as well. So knows where his opponent's going to be trying to expand fully to and really allocate his resources, as this could get a few more drones.
Yeah, and he sees a lot of drones there, but he has no idea what he's playing against. No idea. He's actually having a look for a scout, and if he catches drones, that's good.
Well, they were to block, right? He really didn't want him to let him in to try and see what was going on. So still no information.
He may want to scan the main soon to see if there's a hive or not.
Yeah.
Because this could be very deadly for ForGG. You know, he's building Thors, which are good, but not against what's coming, really.
Needs to see. Absolutely needs to see.
This could hit him by surprise, because it's going to happen a lot faster than it did in the previous game.
Yep. ForGG now is content, by the looks of things, across his 3 base, trying to bolster these locations. More Thors on the way, along with Hellbats, and now 3 siege tanks in production. But these positions that he sets himself up with are going to have to be so strong. He's going up to 80 drones. So big, big power of economy behind this.
Yeah, it means if he just keeps hammering onto that third...
Yeah.
And he will be able to continue to rebulk that army over and over and over. ForGG still without any further information on what exactly is happening. Is it a Roach Hydra 2-2 again? Is it with Vipers? Is it without? Is it Swarmos? Doesn't really know.
LiveZerg's playing so well.
Yes,
he can try and shut these Banshees down as well. He has transfused energy available to him. The Overseer's already there. Spore Crawler burrowed as well. Good preparation here so far from LiveZerg.
All right, well, it's going to be a +2 attack and +1 carapace push out shortly. Banshees and Micron actually very well here against these queens.
Yep.
And the Vipers are ready, and he hasn't seen them yet, and they're going to start sucking up that energy.
Gets one of the Banshees.
Sees the Roach Hydra, so he knows Roach Hydra, sees upgrades, does not know about the Vipers yet, but if you look at the army of ForGG, 3-4 Blinding Clouds and Roach Hydras come in. Granted, there's a lot more Hellbats than usual here, because he's not kind of playing that weird bio style. It's just mech with a lot of units, but he's going to move down to this 4th to take it. Likewise, we see LiveZerg moving out. Doesn't have creep over that would be ideal, but...
You've got to be careful about this 4GG moving out like this.
Yes, he does.
Army supply's relatively even. Not the whole army is here, I don't think, for LiveZerg, but he's actually just going to push anyway. Some of these siege tanks not sieged up. One gets caught.
Not the best of trades, not the best of starts there.
Yeah.
And 4GG is going to take this space. Vipers, where were they? They're still sucking up energy. He is still going to go for this attack.
Full energy, though, now. And that army can get clumped up very fast. Also, all the Hellions clumped up under that.
Oh, nice Roach counter, by the way. Really nice. On the left-hand side, just 1 tank there. Really nice move.
Good stuff, good stuff. A little bit of supply gone to that.
4GG is going to siege up onto this goal, which is a great move, but... these Vipers could cause him havoc. It's really difficult for these Roach Hydras to swing all the way around, though.
Yes, it is. They're going to try, though. Where are the Blinding Clouds? He actually ignores the first 2 siege tanks, goes for the big, big clump on this right-hand side, tries to push through. More Blinding Clouds catching a few of them. Actually pulls some of these units forwards and gets a good trade so far.
Very good trade so far.
And tries to catch a lot of these these Hellbats as well as they fall down. The reinforcements have to fall away.
Look at the supplies.
This actually could happen. He's going to try and push. He's pushing. He's actually just continuing on along with all of this. This army is doing a lot of damage. There's not that many roaches to tank at the front left over, but the Hellbats are gone. Oh my.
Terrence, you shall never, never
be an established race in this game.
Apparently, LiveZerg is having the time of his life. There you go, GG. Wow, wow, wow. LiveZerg advances in first place here in Group G. Terran tears all over the place.
Terrans were hoping they'd get 2 out of today's group, but it's only gonna be 1 as the Zerg goes through in first place. Terran tiers continue in the WCS Europe, and still only 1 has advanced. That means we are guaranteed now only 2 Terrans in the round of 16. LiveZerg pulls out from page 17, the Book of Magic Build Orders, a win for first place.
And that means LiveZerg defeated MMA and ForGG to advance in first place. What a feat from him. This undoubtedly is his best result to date.
Yeah, round of 32 last season, and he steps it up a level and goes through first place. He didn't even win a single series last season, but he's got 2 to the bag, and he's through first place.
All right, so join us after the break, guys, here at WCS Europe, when we'll have some more awesome StarCraft action on the way.